Hi, Soul Tribe, and welcome to this month's March Eclipse and how they will impact your life. So, as we know from the other videos, March is such a potent, huge energy that I felt the need to do a March's Eclipse video because we will have on the 14th a total lunar eclipse, which will also be a blood moon, and this will be in Virgo. So, this is going to be a time of where we're really feeling into the shadow aspect about things. So, it's sort of helping magnify what are my deeper feelings around, anything that we have Virgo in. And we know that Virgo is sort of more connected to the home and the family. This will be a time for release, to shed what's no longer needed. So the shadow aspect is going to bring out some of our emotions and things. So I want you to have a look at like where you've got Virgo, and also because we went through Pisces as well for the previous, for the new moon, have a look at like where you have these two energies. So these are going to be really important sort of spotlights at the moment with this. So for example, I have Virgo in the fourth house, which is more to do with family. So that area is going to be spotlighted. So I'm going to look into deeper things around that house and around family, home, perhaps like moving, all these things that are coming up. And also with Pisces in my 10th house, which is my midhaven, this is more connected to do with career, connected to do with what I've come here to do. So there'll be more that's like revealed around that. So have a look into your own charts, see what is there. But this is also about tapping into the deeper, the darker, and the feminine energy as well with this shadow aspect there. So it can be a very emotional time. So please go easy on yourself. One of the crystals that I do recommend is magnesium. So really to like look after your physical body. And this is all about what, Virgo is about, to really looking into maybe getting like a diet plan, some kind of like regime or organization around like your health and well-being would be a really good thing to highlight. And perhaps the shadow might look at like the shortcomings of where we haven't been doing this. So it will bring it up to the surface. So as we said in some of the other card readings and astrology ones, this is happening for us, not to us. So to try and detach and go, right, it's just trying to tell me what areas I need to focus on right now as well. So it's going to help us get to like a deeper level of satisfaction, fulfillment. It's helping transform us for the better. So that is the crystal that I recommend for this. Think of it like a magnifying glass, having a look at like where we need to have more balance. So perhaps we need more work-life balance. Yeah, and it's funny because it falls literally in my career and in my home life. So for me, it is about more work-life balance. So let me know in the comments as well what it is about for you. Maybe pause and grab your chart to sit along and comment as well, because I know that we all learn from each other in this gorgeous community, and I appreciate that too, and appreciate your comments, your likes and shares and subscribes as well. So this will also be helping us to really highlight like certain issues or things that we've maybe had complacency, things that need to be resolved. For some people, it might be where they're sort of trying to tie off or end, whether it's like legal situations or things that just feel like they've been dragging out. And remember, we are also in Mercury retrograde. So it's not the most ideal time to sign things unless it's something that you've already been going through for a while and it's like finishing things off. But yeah, when we look into the shadow aspect, we know that this is where like the healing takes place. So some of us, it will also be about getting in touch with our inner child. What are our wants, our needs, our desires? Where is it that you feel discontent? Where is it that you feel that you're perhaps like, the hermit, which is Virgo energy, like hiding? Where is it that you're not bringing that illumination forward, that wisdom that you have to share? So it's going to help us to kind of shift that. We're going to get a lot more balance. It will be sort of more spotlighting on relationships and priorities as well. We also know Virgo is the beautiful virgin. She also represents like crops, fertility, things of this sort of nature. The potion that I recommend for this particular period is the cleansing vibes. And the affirmation is, I release what no longer serves me. And I'm just going to pop up this and show you guys, we do have a new moon event that we will also be doing. Let me pop this up. So I've just had this popped up on the website. So you'll see cleansing vibes that's here. And this is beautiful lemongrass, calendula, cornflower spearmint. So it's going to be super, super soothing to get you through this I would say an intense period of transformational time. I don't say that lightly. It does feel quite heavy at the moment, although there may be some signs that are less affected. So you might be smooth sailing. But this is the new moon in Aries that we will have, which is the super moon. It will also be the partial solar eclipse. This will help us to awaken our passion, take inspired action. It's really, we're going to be working with like entrepreneurialism and really looking at, you've got things that are driving you on a soul level, and we're going to help birth them and bring them further forward. So we will be doing a live guided meditation. We're also going to help get you into synchronicity to really drop deeper in, and also to communicate more with your body, more with higher self, to feel what it is that you really are here to do. And this will be about birthing it forward. So happy. I can't wait for that. Oh, and we do have now, you'll be able to see just like a little write-up on our previous events. For those that have purchased a potion or are going to, you will get a free invitation. So it will be sent via email after the purchase of your potion, or if you've already bought potions in the past, look out for that email to come through. And if you have also had the invitation to the previous ones, you will have been sent an email with the previous video. So you'll be able to go back over the ones that you've missed and get the little, in the last one we did a little psychological Japanese questionnaire, and I went through and talked about what the meaning of that was. So that was a lot of fun, as well as you'll get a meditation with each one too. I just want to say, we also have the most amazing community. So thank you for everyone for helping this channel grow and share love. And do remember to hit the notification, because I don't always have a standard one size fits all kind of like list up of what we're going to be doing, just because I'm busy with family and things too. So just want to make sure, hit the notification if you don't want to miss anything. We also have telepathy and telethought coming up as well in a couple of days. So you may even see this just before. And the mystical soul readings, which will be on the weekend. So I can't wait to do that for you guys. And if you do want a personal session to help get you through this intense month, I do recommend a mystical oracle reading, where you can find me over at masonjupiter.com and using the code word Jupiter. So to get a little bit deeper into the moon, so the lunar eclipse in Virgo this week, it wants you to get out of the rat race. It's going to illuminate where you can work smarter, not harder. So again, going back to that saying, if it's happening for us, not to us. So definitely looking at how we can sort of change the pace a little bit, and maybe sort of sit back and look at it from the viewpoint of the Hanged Man. We will pull cards as well, which will be interesting. I haven't pulled them yet. I've been waiting to do this together as a soul tribe. So we also will have the blood moon. So if you're reading this before March 13th, 14th, save this. And on March 13th, 14th, depending on your location, this you will experience the powerful total lunar eclipse, which I think is more around America, often referred to as the blood moon. So think of it as like with women, we have our cycle. And when we're in that menstruation phase of like letting go and shedding, we're letting go of what perhaps that we were working on that no longer serves us. So it's all about like flushing things out for new beginnings, tapping us into clarity, purpose. It also will be with this particular blood moon. And I think from memory, it may be one of the last of 7 or second last of 7 that we've had in this combination with the Virgo Pisces energy. So we really will be releasing things on a huge karmic level. So it is a time maybe where you want to get your emergency essence, your flower essence, things to emotionally like get you through. Let me just pop that down and show you what candle I'm actually working with as well. So my intuition guided me yesterday to take a trip up to my favorite magic shop, Alfame, which is in Melinda. If you're here in Victoria, the guys are so beautiful there. I always look to them for advice around like candles and different like magical things. So I really felt guided to work with Aphrodite. And my feeling around this, because I had a bit of communication come through with her, let me know if there's a god or goddess you're working with for this full moon and new moon in particular. I feel like I'm working with her for the month, but she kept coming in and showing me how we can tap into that deeper divine feminine and really feel into this place where we're charging ourselves back up in being in a place of unison with the universe, and how this is how we can sort of tap also into our inner, I guess, divine feminine, like richness of fertility and abundance. So not abundance necessarily like on a monetary level, although she can help you with magnetizing these things to you. She kind of works different to working with abundance, just sort of in the normal tense instead of just attracting gold and that. It's almost like she magnetizes your persona to then, as a self-concept way, draw these things to you. So I really felt drawn to working with that divine feminine, beautiful energy. And let me just get back to my list, see if there's anything that we've missed. So yeah, this is really going to be a spotlighting of like the things that are happening day to day for you. So there could also be a feeling of annoyance that comes up with this full moon, but remember, it is coming up to spotlight. A little bit of the medicine crystal wise, going from full moon into new moon, I really felt called to work with zeolite and apophyllite. So apophyllite being that one that helps us to connect more to the higher self. Zeolite being that one that not only is about like galactic connection, it's also helping us to detoxify anything that no longer needs to be there. So you often see people take like zeolite supplements in their water. I have zeolite in my little water filter at the bottom to alkalize and to charge things too. So quite a magical crystal. I felt like that was the one to sort of help us to pair and to get through. I will be talking about what crystal and potion for the new moon, so please stick around for that too. We're going to go through the astrology for that eclipse as well. But essentially this month will feel quite emotionally charged, especially in particular around this full moon eclipse. So with this, just sort of sitting back, releasing the urge to kind of like word vomit exactly how you're feeling. Really try and look at like the patterns and things that have been happening for you over the past. And we can even look back as far as, I think it was March 1998, looking into like what was happening around that time for you as well. So really looking into like relationships, having a look at like where you might feel strained. So some relationships may actually fold this month and you may be like, nope, that's it. I'm closing the line. I'm totally like done with this situation. Others may feel like a bit of an annoying speed bump, or where it's like, okay, well, we're still like intact. We're still got the windshield and the seatbelt and everything like that. So yeah, just watch, because like you might be feeling a little bit more hypercritical with this Virgo energy too. And so just take a deep breath. Try and regulate your nervous system, which we've been doing a lot more of that work here on this channel. And just really know that this is more the shadow aspect that's coming up. So it's coming up to sort of help us to break free from some of the heavier emotions, to really break free from where we're feeling this need to have control. So definitely a time as well, if you can get away, especially like with the I would say the new moon towards the end of the month. So you might want to plan a getaway around the full moon, do your plans, and then make the little escape around the new moon. So things will ease and will feel a little bit calmer shortly. But let's have a look into the cards for this full moon, blood moon eclipse in Aries. And so I think with this, it's the sun, and we're getting more kind of like the shadow from the moon, and this is causing this kind of like reflective blood color. So in the old days, it was considered to be like a huge omen, bringing like death and all sorts of like dark things. Okay, so I had one extra card fall out. So we have 6 cards. Let me feel into this. So what I'm actually seeing is angelic energies coming and lifting us up arm under arm, so that we're not fully feeling like the brunt of it. So definitely working with gods, goddesses, angels, your guides, ascended masters, anything that's going to help keep us almost like shielded through this process. So let's flip these over. So we have Virgo energy coming up first with the 9 of disc. This is a lot of like inner child healing with the shadow stuff coming up too. So we are going through a bit of a death. So if it's feeling heavy for you, just know that this is a rebirth too. So we see Phoenix energy, we see cycles and things in this death card. We also see Virgo as well. Scorpio in this, and Virgo in the 9 of disc with Venus. So definitely like relationships and Virgo energy, as well as death feeling or rebirth feeling coming up. As we said before, it's sort of happening for us. So have a look at like your other previous periods of life. Is there patterns that you can perceive that perhaps you need to make like a change, or you need to make, there's a feeling of like declarations this month and needing to sort of feel like you're like putting a new standard on things. So we have a Six of Cups. So you guys know that this for me is not only just about highlighting with the sun into that Scorpio, magnifying, bringing the shadow to the surface. It's also about like regulating, tapping into the inner child, seeing what it is that he or she really needs. What is it that they're trying to speak up to you? What is it that they're trying to say? And Six of Cups, it's almost like we can pick another timeline to focus or to jump in on, or perhaps create a plan around this with the Virgo energy too. So no more like holding other people's stuff. I want you to shake it out. I want you to purge it. I want you to vomit it out, cry it out, literally like do what it is that you need to heal and start to speak new life into things. This beautiful Prince of Cups, Knight of Swords, if we can look at this as almost like an ayahuasca period of healing. So you have to go through sort of a little bit of that dark night of the soul, where Mother Ayahuasca shows you like where it is that you need to let go of. She shows you where it is that you're meant to be connected, where it is that you're meant to be helping in the world or being your highest expression. So I'll just get some little clarifiers to go with this. I actually feel like a lot more positive after looking into the cards to do with this. I'm like, we've got this. As a soul family, soul tribe, we've got this. We can do this. I believe in you guys. So with cleansing vibes, we're going to get through it, and with our gorgeous soul tribe. So let's have a look at Spirit's advice around getting through this powerful, powerful full moon eclipse. So we have the Knight of Cups in reverse. Interesting. We have the 10 of Wands. So some of us are going to almost like resist the urge. And it's a little bit like with plant medicine. Sometimes you'll see people that will fully just be able to like tap into it. And sometimes it's when you actually go through that purge vomiting stage that the medicine kicks in, as does the DMT, and you start seeing the insights, you start seeing where the medicine is like weaving to like highlight and bring things up and connect everything. So I do see some people resisting this. So Spirit is trying to get us to like feel into it, not to dwell on where we've had too many losses or where we're feeling like disconnected or feeling alone. Because what we're sort of seeing here is a Knight of Cups in reverse. We've got that 10 of Wands upright. This is Saturn and Sagittarius. So it's Saturn coming in to like keep us oppressed, keep us like fully closed off, to feel us like, keep us like feeling shut down, that we have to carry everything. Everything's dependent on us. Let me know if you're emotionally feeling like this. Now, this might be in regards to family, relationships, work. This is more sort of what I'm feeling. But we have a 9 of Cups. So even though the 10 is in reverse, we don't have ideally exactly everything that we want. We can still find hope. We can still find happiness. We can still find things that are growing and expanding, things that we can tap in and go with the flow. This is Pisces and Jupiter. So there is beautiful expansion happening, 9 of Cups energy. This is that top-down flow. So if we can focus on a higher frequency, higher energy, and bring this in, we have the Magician. We have the power to flip the script. This is like Neo in the Matrix, where he draws things to him that he wants to have happen. You may even be feeling like myself to go to a magic shop or to work with a potion. And we will talk about the potion for the new moon. So see what it is you feel more drawn to. And we have the Wheel of Fortune, but this wasn't exactly coming out upright. So we have it sort of in a little bit of a flux state at the moment. So things are still being decided. Things are still, we need to put ourselves into alignment to get into the sweet spot. So take a deep breath, let go, let the shadow come up, remind yourself that you're safe, breathing out any excess frustration, knowing that things will come into view a lot more easily very, very shortly. I'm just going to pop these cards back and we will get a little bit more advice from Spirit. Let me just get my little black and white deck. I'm actually hearing a Native American drum with this too. So there could be some ancestral work for some of you guys with that Six of Cups. So releasing like ancestral patterns feels actually quite deep and really productive. A lot of this stuff is not even yours that you're holding, is what I'm hearing Spirit say. So, wow. We have the Ten of Wands. Some of this oppression has been on families and in the ancestry side of things. There may be deeper karmic contracts and agreements that you need to decreate, destroy, and purge and totally eliminate. There's things that you and your family no longer need to be holding. We've got a Four of Cups. So what was potentially, we were only distracted and looking at Three Cups, with the fourth one, the hand of God trying to show us, we now have it in reverse. So whatever it was that we were missing, we're going to start to see it. And this is also spotlighting onto health and looking after yourself too. And the Sun card. So we are going to be moving into happier days after some of these deeper soul contracts and ancestral things are dissolved. So work with it in the way that you know how. We have a lot of advice from previous videos on the Soul Alchemy Potions and on my personal channel, because we do cross post to both of these. So let's have a look in and see what is going to be happening for the new moon solar eclipse with Aries. So the crystal that we have for this, and I'm continuing to work with my beautiful Aphrodite candle. This is just going to be who I'm working with for the month. She's really been coming through so strong to me that I just feel like she's really sort of in a very personal way, like working with me this month. So please pop in the comments below who you're working with. So smoky quartz. This will help to really like not only get us through and tap us into the new moon solar eclipse, which we are having the event for on Soul Alchemy. So get your potion, come along to our event. It is free with the potions. So with the smoky quartz, this is going to protect and create a little bit of an energetic shield. Oracally, it's going to help us to also repel some negative emotions and energies, arguments and things of that sort of nature that also will be coming in. And you can work with these crystals throughout the month if you want. I was just literally picking different ones to work with for the particular eclipses. So new moon solar eclipse in Aries. So with this is also looking back to like other previous eclipses that we were having last year too. So remember we had that big one, I think it was around April last year. And with eclipses, it's also looking at what happens 6 months later. So think of this eclipse, this new moon one, as like a seed planting one. So you want to plant what it is that you want to see come into fruition. So the potion that I recommend for this one is the I Am That Witch. So I embrace my full power and magic. This is very much within like the entrepreneurial spirit and courageous kind of independent energy of Aries. So this is a really, really good one to work with. So this will all be about looking at like what you're going to make in terms of like final decisions. So with the full moon on the 14th, where we also have Mercury come in retrograde, and we're still going to be in the Venus retrograde as well. That'll feel like, oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm going to do. A couple of weeks later, we're going to feel super clear on new beginnings and things. And if you're not, do come along to our event. But yeah, it's all about like self-assertion, making final decisions. This is like the start of long-term changes. Let me just see my little sticky notes that I've also got too. So it's also going to like help spotlight things that were missed and things that we can see clearly now. So it's going to help to move us forward. This is also going to help us to manifest our desires, and it's going to help to like step us much, much further forward. So I can't wait for this one. I'm really, really excited. It's much better than the full moon. So it's going to be about self-mastery, self-improvement, new beginnings, tapping us into the entrepreneurial aspect, our authentic selves. It's going to be a lot more sort of like straightforward, brave, like sincere energy too. With this, it's really, we know Aries very well with the Emperor card. So it's all about sort of like taking ownership, you like having the courage and confidence. And Aries is what I call the first racehorse out of the gate. So you're going to feel to like just get off and get running, not really waiting around for other people. This is not about you looking for approval at all. It's more kind of like having that that confidence and that fire. But yeah, there may be very much like starting something new, whether it's a new area of life or reaching out in a new way. But for a lot of you, it will be more kind of like entrepreneurial, courageous things. This is definitely about you tapping into the deeper, authentic part of who you are. I did also make another note around you're going to feel like having a break or a breakthrough. So for some of you, it's like, oh my gosh, this has been such a beep show. I need to go and have a holiday. So definitely use your smoky quartz if that's what you're feeling. But for a lot of you, it will be like, this is what I've been calling in. This is the breakthrough energy. And have a look at like where you have Aries. I do have my part of fortune connected with Aries. I forget which house it's in. Maybe 12th from memory. I'll have to check. But anyway, have a look at like where you have Aries in your chart as well. Try not to let too many assumptions come in, especially because we are still in March with the retrogrades too. So just be careful for jumping to conclusions, making sure that like your decisions are quite grounded and stable, not just sort of like letting that fiery energies get to you and just being like, well, I'm just going to burn everything to the ground and I'm just going to start completely new. And for some of you, that might feel right. So if it does, go with it, but just be careful because things could totally change forever. So watch your ego. Have a look at also like surrendering. So with this, it's also about surrendering to the deeper kind of like hidden spiritual unknown. But yeah, ongoing issues being resolved or even closed. So this will be an interesting month. Remember, as I said, for like the full moon, because we're in the Mercury retrograde, just to be careful around contracts, agreements, things of that sort of nature. So let's have a look into what Spirit's wanting to show us for this Aries. Oh, and it's also a super moon, which will mean that the moon will be much closer to Earth at that particular period of time. So it will be feeling more intense also with the sun. And there is a few cards. How many have we got? 6. And Spirit's just saying flip them. So I'm just going to flip them. So we start off with a 5 of Wands, the card of strife. And this is like interference. And you may even be feeling like to scream, get out, is the kind of energy that we've got this is sort of at the start coming into it. And then it might feel to go into a little bit of a retreat with the hermit energy. This is about you also bringing your wisdom. I would also take accountability or stock take around your like your skills and everything too, especially because a lot of you are going to be tapping into this entrepreneurial energy and reclaiming your power. I want you to stock take your achievements and things from the past, because we might have some unhealthy negative thoughts and beliefs just try and like infiltrate. So we don't want to be letting them get carried away or take the lead. This is a card of like Valua. And sometimes to me, I also feel like a bit of a shadow energy with this. So we need to get the truth of the matter. And 6 of Swords, this is like a new direction and journey for a lot of you. It is Mercury and Aries. And for me, this is all about that feeling that feels untangible or intangible. It's about that beautiful energy that's waiting for us. It's the Christmas present we haven't opened just yet, waiting to take us into the next journey. And then Wheel of Fortune again, and the Hanged Man. So definitely a much easier energy in terms of like, we'll start to see that it is actually happening for us. And you're going to be feeling like more fiery too. I'm just getting like an image of boxing. So maybe even looking into doing a bit more physical exercise to burn off some of this crazy chaotic energy, but you're going to see things from a higher vantage point. And I just had Knight of Cups and 3 of Cups fall out of my deck, as well as 5 of Swords. This may be letting go of friendships, relationships, and things that you may be looking at people taking advantage of you, you investing and putting in everything to everyone else, and realizing, oh my gosh, there's nothing left in my cup. So we've got the cards fall out in such a way. And 9 of Coins. This will be for some of you leaning on your gorgeous soul tribe. So we're all here. There is a Tower in reverse as well. So some things that feel like they may be going to tip, or things that you feel like you may have need to have said, you might be able to get through writing this energy out. So for some of you, the Tower will fall and tip. So we have Knight of Cups, Three of Cups in reverse. So I do feel this is also letting go of certain things, friendship-wise. This is also what we said before, it's happening like for us. This is getting you to trust your intuition. So what is it your intuition, your gut, and your mind and your heart are saying about certain people and places and things? Five of Swords, and then we have the Empress. So this is a feeling of feeling totally burnt out, exhausted, defeated. So as we said, it might be a good time for a holiday. And I feel like this is sort of earlier on, and then we shift into Nine of Coins, community. We are seeing, it's interesting, not to sort of make, for some people, where we're planting the seed out where other people can see it. I feel like keep your cards close to your chest. And then we have the Tower. So if we were to perhaps tell everyone about our plans, this could be a crash tower moment. But I do feel Spirit is trying to say, hold your cards close to your chest. Don't tell everyone about it, because the energy might start to filter, dissolve, be watered down. Let's have a look into advice from Spirit. So we have a Nine of Cups, hope. We have the Six of Cups again. Interesting. So this is definitely deep inner child healing. Stepping into other timelines, oppression energy has come up again with the Ten of Wands, realizing where you've taken on too much, and a Ten of Swords. So yeah, a lot of endings, and then a Five of Disc. What's interesting though, this Five of Disc is in reverse. So where we might not have felt that we should ask for help, this is around self-worth for many of you too. This is about you actually going, you know what, I'm course correcting. In the past, I let others take everything from me. I didn't ask for help. This is now where I'm going to speak up, because I'm not going to let things end or go down the way that they did in the past. So Nine of Cups, Six of Cups. Remember, Nine of Cups being hope, energy, which is really beautiful. It's also Jupiter, Pisces, go with the flow energy. This is Scorpio and the Sun, and connecting us into other timeline versions of us. And we also have the two tens. So definitely endings, it looks like, maybe perhaps spiritual and mental, like, and this can be painful when we have endings like that. But a Five of Disc in reverse. So things that have kept you stuck, things that have kept you disconnected from Spirit are being removed. So there will be beauty that also comes out of this. Let me just get two more. Spirit is asking for. Ooh, Wheel of Fortune again, and the Magician. Anyone that's like being lying, cheating, things of that sort of nature is going to be called out. And this is also the call for you to come into your own power. Stop giving your power away. So this is how you're going to align with your destiny, is to step up to the plate, to embrace it, to do that inner child work, and to come into like that full entrepreneurial like self-belief. So Aries doesn't wait and ask for permission from anyone else. So let's get some Syrian star cards. We have Abundance, we have Ascension, and Willpower. Beautiful cards for this month. These are available on my website, solreta.com. And let me just read each one to you. So Abundance, and you can pause the screen and take in some of the light codes from the light language, but it says, abundance is your birthright. Expand your belief system around abundance in positive way. We then have Ascension. We already exist on all levels. Keep in mind the Six of Cups. Keep moving towards energies and things that raise your vibration and take you higher. Oh my gosh, it's so hot today here in Australia. So we have the Willpower card. So only you can make things happen. Align yourself with that which keeps you motivated and empowered. So this could be friendships or relationships that are no longer, it's maybe where you're putting more in than you're getting out. So just take note of that. Remember the crystals and the two potions that we have for this month to really get you through. It definitely is cheaper if you buy in a bundle of 4 or more as well. And let me just see what else I need to remind you guys of. Oh, that's right. We've got to pop this up. So we had the blood moon. So take note, 13th to 14th. This is also around the Mercury retrograde, and we're still in Venus retrograde. So this will be the full moon in Virgo, blood moon, lunar eclipse, and then we're going to have the partial solar eclipse with Aries, and that will also be the supermoon, where the moon's going to be closer, and that will be around 29th. For those of you wanting to come to the event, please click on over to solaralchemypotions.com to the online event page. You will see more about it, but if you are looking to try out the potions, I would say the best way to try them would be to get the bundle that has all of them. So if you're in Australia, you also receive free postage on this one as well. So 6 full-size potions with abundance, love potion. All of the potions are included. And I also want to remind you, if you need a little bit of extra assistance, I am here on masonjupiter.com for readings. So love to look into your aura, look into a chat with you, what your spirit team is saying, and also look into the tarot cards. So thank you for watching today. Remember to mark your calendars and set your notification so you get our weekly update, because as we know, timelines are changing and shifting very, very fast. So thank you for all of your beautiful comments and interacting on our gorgeous community. I appreciate every single one of you, and have beautiful